little bit of different lighting. And then just give yourself a moment to arrive to the present, like right here with your body on your mat. Yay. Because that's always the sign of something good. We're here to lie down and rest. And our message today is about being present. Happy August. Where are you, August? There you are. Presence is a gift. Staying fully present for friends, family, ourselves, our lives. Staying in the moment with our hearts open will change other people's lives and ours. So you might like to inhale, I am. Exhale, present. Maybe you can allow your shoulders to relax just a little bit more. I notice even when I'm still and I'm with the breath, suddenly I'm like, oh my goodness, my shoulders are still very active. And bring your arms so that they're in sort of a Shavasana shape, palms up, and maybe not super close to the body, but just spaced out a little bit so you could feel actually a little space for the armpits. But we're going to focus the breath in the low back, the belly, and the pelvis. As you inhale and exhale through your nose, you can still use the mantra if you want, but just imagine belly, low back, and pelvis. Breathing in, breathing out. And we'll slide the arms up into a T, creating even a little more space from the hand all the way up the arm, across the chest and heart center, and out the other arm and hand, just taking up some space here. We'll breathe into the rib cage, front, sides, and back. And slide your arms into either a Y shape or cactus arms. If that feels too much, of course, adjust as you need. And now we'll breathe way up at the collarbones, shoulders, but we'll still stay relaxed. We're not creating tension in the throat or the neck. Just enjoying this breath way up at the top. And now pick one of these arm shapes that feels best in your body for this moment. And we'll take a few more breaths, maybe mantra, inhaling, I am, exhaling, present. You can release the mantra and bring your hands to heart center. Just taking a moment here, check in with yourself after just a few moments of breathing with intention, with awareness, connecting to your body. And we'll send something good out from our hearts outward. And you can release your arms. And when you're ready, draw your knees in toward your chest. You can make this like an upside down child's pose, taking the knees a little wider, big toes to touch, or any other way. You can have the legs closer together. And then, of course, you can be still or a gentle rocking side to side. Notice the quality of your breath. We just continue to check in there, the breath as our anchor. And we'll start today with a gentle twist. So you can have a pillow. Oh, let's see. I thought I could get it with my toes, my strong toes. Not exactly. So You can bring your cushion to one side, one or two cushions, your knees draw in, and then you take them over to the pillow. Remember a pillow stack. In fact, I'm going to just get my other one to show. You can adjust the hips. You can make pillow, leg, any way that you're comfortable in a gentle twist. And then your arms can come back into the T shape. And we'll roll the head a few times the opposite way of the legs. You can come back to center and then turn the opposite way. We'll do that a few times and then you'll decide if you'd like to stay there. You can see if you want to stay in neutral or allow the head to rest, gazing the opposite way of your knees. Allowing your breath to flow gently in and out, even though we're in this rotation. There's definitely a little bit of restriction. If you want, you can straighten out the top leg, reaching through the foot, maybe pointing and flexing a couple of times, seeing what you find there. Some calves, some hip. And bend the top leg and let's slowly come back to center. Pause in the center. Take your time so you can move your props to the other side. I didn't mention, but of course you don't have to use props if that's not what you want in your twist. Let's take one more full breath in and out. And then you'll draw your knees in and take them over to your cushions, maybe adjusting your pelvis. Yeah, I really am into that pillow sandwich. Maybe because I love sandwiches. Get them just right. And then arms in a T. And a few times, once you're settled, turning your head the opposite way. Of your knees. And then you'll decide if you want to keep your head in more of a neutral position or pause and rest and breathe, looking the opposite way of the knees. And see if you notice a difference from twisting to the first direction and now this, as far as your breath and the ease of the breath in and out, the ease of the shape in your body. Maybe straighten your top leg any amount. You can point and flex if you have room. My wall is right in the way. Just a little. Bending the top leg and taking one more breath here before coming back to center. And when you do come back, you can stay in Ardha Shavasana, knees bent, feet on the ground, or you can draw your legs in again. Upside down child's pose, or maybe hugging them close together. Taking a few deep breaths in and out. And release your right leg. We'll keep the left leg hugging in, but we're going to move in and out of the shape. So your arms will have to let go and then come back. So we're holding the left leg in, and then we're releasing and taking this low thread the needle. And then we're holding the left leg in, hugging it in a little, and then switching to the low thread the needle, just moving the hip and the leg in and out of these shapes. Now, you could do it hands free if you like, be a little more core involved, just to move the leg using the muscles of your center. And we'll do that one more time. And then you'll hold the left leg in, hands or no hands. You can hold the shin or the thigh. And reminding yourself to let the shoulders relax, your face relax, so that the rest of the body gets reminded from the top to the bottom. Oh, yes, I'm here to unrush. And we'll take thread the needle now, left leg on top. You can stay in the low variation or you can draw the legs in. Gentle movement is always welcomed. Sometimes lately I'm enjoying getting in these shapes and then a little rocking. Sometimes find different stretch sensation. Now you can stay in your thread the needle. If you'd like to take it's like a weird twisty thing. I don't think it has a name. Then you bring the right foot down and you take the whole shape over to the right. So the left foot comes to the ground, the left knee is up toward the sky. Your bottom leg, the right leg, is just relaxed. And then sometimes I like to adjust my torso. So this is twisting again. It's a little different, but you have this top leg. Maybe you're getting a nice stretch around the pocket area, the outer hip. You might fold the ankle. Some days that's available, and some days not so much. And let's take 2 really full breaths here. Maybe sigh it out for your exhale. And if you're in the twisty weird thing, just let the legs relax and kind of flop out of this. And we'll come back, knees bent, both feet on the ground. Pause for a couple of breaths before we switch sides. Okay, so the right leg will be our active leg now. To draw it in and then on top of the left and maybe back down, drawing in and then thread the needle shape and back. And remember, you can use the hand to help guide the leg. You'll still be getting some work in your center. You have to stay, you're using the muscles to stay steady as you move the leg around. And we'll do one more time. Then you'll hug your right leg in, holding the leg or not. Pausing here, breathing in, breathing out. And we'll switch to thread the needle, taking the low variation or drawing the legs in or not, holding the legs or not. So many options. Every practice, you get to decide. 2 more big breaths in, maybe audible exhales. And you can stay for a few more breaths or bring the leg down and drop over into the weird, twisty, wonky thing. So we go to the left, we adjust as necessary, maybe holding the left ankle, left foot on the ground. No, this is my right. OMG, I'm so sorry. Right foot on the ground, right knee toward the sky. The left leg is on the bottom, relaxing. Just 2 more breaths here. Notice where you feel. And we very nonchalant slide out of this. And let's take up some space, coming into starfish shape. Big arms and long legs. Full inhales and exhales. One more time. Big inhale. Full exhale. And when you bend the knees, bring your feet to the ground. We're going to give a choice for a bridge pose. We're going to add the extra breath at the top. So that involves holding the bridge, which is a little strength work. You can keep your head support or not. So legs can stay neutral, or you can do the legs wider with feet turned out. Feel free to change your mind if we get started and you're like, oh my, mistake. So we'll start let's do just a couple with just the pelvis. Get the feel of pressing the feet down, pressing the heels down, lifting your hips, and then lowering down. Maybe you try one with neutral legs and one with wide legs and see what your body is requesting today. And we'll do one more. And then we'll go ahead and do these and we'll add the extra breath. If that's not working for you, take the inhale up and exhale down. That's totally fine. Otherwise, we inhale up, arms can float up and over. Stay up, exhale. Stay up, inhale. And lower down, exhale. There's time. You could actually switch. Neutral legs. Inhale up, arms floating. Stay up for your exhale. Stay up, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Moving slowly, rising up. Staying up for your exhale. Staying up for your inhale. And lowering down, exhale. And we'll do 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale here. Inhale here. Lowering down, exhaling. Last one. Inhale up. Stay up, exhale. Stay up, inhale. And lower down. Bringing your feet back to neutral. You can keep your head support or not. We'll come into supported bridge. So grabbing your favorite pillow, bolster, blanket, whatever feels good to support the pelvis, the low back. Take a moment to get just right. And as we revisit a couple of the shapes, I'm going to give some options, of course. So we will hug the left leg in. You can hold it or not. And this time, if you'd like, you can straighten the right leg out. This will be more of a stretch across the front hip and thigh. And your straight leg. Sometimes it feels really nice to have it active, heel down, toes up, or sometimes Shavasana leg feels nice. One more breath here. Then we'll transition by bending the right leg and taking thread the needle. Low variation or drawing the legs in. It's so nice with the support under the hips. Whatever variation you choose, take some deep breaths, maybe audible exhales. And last breath here. Slowly we release both feet to your mat and just notice if you need to shift your body at all to come back to neutral, feeling supported. And then we'll hug the right leg in, holding or not, and left leg can stay bent or straighten it out, active or Shavasana style. Slowly bringing yourself in to thread the needle. Any variation, right leg on top, left leg down or in. Always you can, I hate to say work harder, but that's truly what it is. It's a little more work if you take the arms out of the equation. So be mindful of what you're looking for your practice. It's not always about more or needing to work, right? Invite a few deep breaths if you'd like, adding audible exhales. The last breath here on this side. And we can release the legs. And let's take both arms and reach them up and over. And then you can slide the left leg out. See how that feels. Slide it back and take the right leg, sliding it out. See how that feels. When you can do that again, one leg, then the other, or if it feels nice, go ahead and add left leg sliding out beside the right. Arms, legs, everything long and spacious. And this definitely becomes back bendy, but we're not trying to like stick our ribs up into the sky. We can actually draw the ribs down a little bit. Think about length on the back side of your body, even though the front side's a little longer right now. And breath in and breath out. Inhale, I am. Exhale, present. And return your arms by your sides, bring your legs back, and you'll decide. We're going to stay still for a moment now. So, supported bridge. You could even take tripod legs, maybe adding the extra cushion. I'm going to add my head support back in. If you'd like, of course, legs can go all the way up in the sky. That is more work, right? Now I have to hold the legs here instead of having my feet on the ground. But if you bend your knees a little, you can find that place that also feels like restorative and supported. even though it's a little more active. And we'll stay here maybe for about a minute and a half. Noticing each breath. One more time, big inhale and exhale. And you can bring your feet down. Take another breath. And then we'll lift up, come back down to the ground. Take your time. Let your pelvis come down. Notice the earth, the mat. And you can stay here or perhaps take that upside down child's pose, stretching through your low back and your hips. And releasing. Now I want to give an option here. You can hug just the left leg, hugs in. If you would like, you can come into half happy baby with the left leg, holding foot, ankle, shin, or back of knee, anywhere at all. Just exploring. The more work part would be to let go of the leg and see if you can create the shape of half happy baby without drawing your leg down. That's a little harder. And we'll release this first side and hug the right leg in or half happy baby, holding anywhere, and then maybe taking a couple of breaths, not holding. That one might require a little extra breath. And holding both legs in or full happy baby, stillness or gentle rocking. And we'll come back to center. Release your legs out. Let's one more time come into starfish. Whole body inhale and exhale. And then you'll set yourself up for Shavasana. We're going to do a little breathing pattern, but first get yourself comfortable. So after we're done with the pranayama, the breath exercise, then you'll just be ready to be still, adding support where you need. You're going to take your arms, just going to do a few breaths at each stop. So we'll start at cactus. Just breathing right up at the top by your collarbones and your shoulders. And then sliding your arms down into the T. Nice, soft breaths here. And then sliding your arms down into Shavasana. Just allow everything to quiet. And let yourself surrender to the rest. And bring your awareness back to your breath. And you can let a tiny smile sneak onto your face. Breathing in this moment. And then this moment. And wiggle your fingers and your toes. And maybe one more time, kind of starfishy, full body stretch in a way that feels good to you right now. And you'll roll to your side, fetal pose, pausing there. And just noticing how you feel after your practice and how you will start your evening from this place. Maybe a little more relaxed, a little more centered, aware. And you can bring yourself up to sit. Bring your hands to touch at your heart. Thank you for being here and for sharing your practice. And as always, for being courageous to try new things. Thank you. Thank you. If you'd like to implement my August challenge, you can do some heart rubs and say, I love you. Use your name, like I love you, Jamie. I love you, Sherry. For me, it's I love you, Terry. Or you can be really obnoxious, like I posted on social media, and you look in the mirror and you're like, yes, I love you. I love you. You got this. You are superb. I love you. Because sometimes we need that. So thank you, ladies. Thanks for representing the dynamic duo this evening.